What is good, y'all? Weebfox here, and just dropping real quickly by to announce, I guess, just a little bit of another pretty small rules change, but something that will have quite a bit of impact going forward, at least for a little while now. So, essentially, if you just want the short of it, we are making it so that you are allowed to put polymerization into your deck whenever you feel like it. And the reason for this is not only are we getting more fusions this set that we can play, but also we're rapidly approaching the Jeexx era, which, by the way, kind of crazy to think about. We're already almost there. And we feel like we haven't really be able to display fusions yet, although like a lot of the fusions have been really bad. We really want to be able to showcase fusions whenever they are actually playable. And whenever we feel like, okay, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna bust out a fusion deck. But polymerization being such a common card, like there are definitely sets where you have quite a few cool fusions, but there's no polymerization. There might be fusion substitutes, stuff like that along the line, but we are not gonna have polymerization in every episode where we would necessarily want to play fusions in. So that's why we're doing this. And obviously it's a card that if you're not going to be playing fusions, you're probably not going to put it in your deck. So it's not like it would be an unfair advantage in that point or in that regard, or break anything because of that either. So yeah, going forward from now on, polymerization can be played in any deck, despite it not being mentioned. The future summoning mechanics, luckily, they don't really need this, since even synchros, you have tuners in sets that have synchros, so we're gonna be good with that. But just having access to the most basic fusion spell means that we can always play fusions if we so desire. So yeah, that'll be all. And I will let you enjoy the episode now, so hopefully you enjoy Flaming Eternity. Peace. Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Ladies and fellas, welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, and this time it is time for Flaming Eternity. Welcome to 2005, and welcome to the last set of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Era. So, kind of crazy to say, but yeah, next time we're doing a structure deck episode, and after that it is time for the last millennium, which marks the dawn of the GX era, which is nuts. The rules change is also, as you saw, it's also kind of for our preparation for that, but there is also something here that maybe it'll matter as well. But without further ado, let's take a peek at Flaming Eternity and see what we're working with this time around. So, Divine Dragon Ragnarok is a little bit unassuming, but due to a fusion monster we'll cover a little bit later, it might be relevant. It's 1500, so it's a decent body, but not what you're looking for. What you're looking for, though, is Insect Knight at 1900, so basically our Luster Dragon for the set, or Gemini Elf. Sacred Phoenix Nephthys and Hand of Nephthys also here, so Sacred Phoenix Nephthys can be tribute summoned by tributing 2 monsters, or you can spell summon it from your hand or deck with Hand of Nephthys' effect. And when Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, it comes back on the next standby phase. And if it gets summoned with this effect, it basically heavy storms the field every time. It's also 2400, so pretty big. Just like Grandmark the Rock Monarch is 2400. It's the Earth Monarch, and on Tribute Summon it targets a set card on the field and destroys it. And that can be, importantly, monsters and traps. And then we have quite a bit of beast support here. I don't think it's good enough to see play, but there's a card that makes it definitely enticing a little bit later, as we will see. But for now, I'll try to only talk about the relevant card. Chiron the Mage, 1800 attack beater that also has a decent effect where you can pop a back row. It has to discard a specifically spell though, which is pretty costly, but still a decent effect with a good body to back it up. A Golem Sentry, our premier wall for the set at 1800 defense, and once per turn you can change it to face down defense position, and when it's flip summoned you can target a monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So going first, I feel like because of this card is going to be so incredibly powerful this episode in particular, because if you set Golem Sentry turn 1, whatever your opponent sets or summons, you can on your turn then you flip summon Golem Sentry, bounce whatever they set, then you can set it back down with its own effect, and then you can normal summon something else. So it's just a really good tempo card, and relevant for the fusions, if we're going to be playing them as well, are the Light, the Dark, and the Earth that all debut here. So yeah, they are just 1000, 1600, and they can be used as substitute for any fusion material monster as long as the other materials are correct, and then they can also basically polymerization on board for their respective elements, so Light, Dark, and Earth. Then Rescue Cat is the card I was alluding to earlier when I was talking about like why beasts may be enticing, but I don't think the beasts are good enough to warrant playing even with a card as insane as Rescue Cat. So probably in a vacuum, arguably the most powerful card in the set, but unfortunately beast support here for it isn't that great. Well, a Brainjacker, basically a monster version of Snatch Steal, where your opponent only gets 500 instead of 1000, but it's a flip monster with 900 defense, so if you set it, if it gets attacked, it obviously dies to the attack, so the flip doesn't matter. But if you have something else and your opponent swings into something else, or this just survives the turn and you flip, then you just have a essentially trap card, a very gimmicky version of Snatch Steal. The two fusions in this set are Gatling Dragon and King Dragoon. King Dragoon was what I was alluding to earlier with Ragnarok. So this is a 2400 beater dragon fusion monster that has the Lord of the effect where your dragon monsters can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects, and then additionally it has the effect where you can once per turn special summon a dragon monster from your hand. Unfortunately, there are only a couple dragons that we can play, so probably if you're gonna go the fusion route, you'd rather go for Gatling Dragon. It is the biggest thing in the set at 2600. It is a fusion of Barrel Dragon and Blowback Dragon, which we can therefore play since they are mentioned. They are the coin flipping tribute summonable machines that basically look like guns as their heads. And the effect is that once per turn you can toss a coin 3 times and destroy as many monsters in the field as possible, but no more than the number of heads. And this is mandatory. So if you have a Gatling Dragon and your opponent has a monster on the field and you toss 2 heads, you have to pop Gatling Dragon as well. So yeah, that's not the greatest. As for the spell and trap lineup, the first, I think, relevant card here is Lightning Vortex. It is a poor man's Raigeki. You have to discard a card to activate it, and it only destroys face-up monsters your opponent controls. But still a pretty nice field nuke. Swords Concealing Light, another basically worse version of an old card. It gets destroyed during your second standby phase after activation. So it's basically a turn lasts for a turn less than Source of Revealing Light. When it resolves, you change all of your opponent's monsters to face down defense position, and a monster your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. The more important part, I guess, is the I think is the flipping down effect. The other effect, it's good against specifically Golem Sentry, which is probably going to be a pretty powerful card, but apart from that, I don't think the second part is going to do much. Fusion Field is just a very gimmicky supporting field spell for fusion monsters. Refusion is a premature burial for your fusions. And yeah. And then for the traps, for right off the bat, we have a cross counter, which is a very gimmicky removal tool. If the monster your opponent is attacking that you have has higher defense than the attack of your opponent's monster, they take double battle damage and the attacking monster is destroyed. But this is an activation condition, so you can't just always pop the attacking monster. But if they swing something smaller into stuff like Golem Sentry, then this basically just gives you a bit more damage, as well as in that scenario acting like a Sakuretsu armor. So it's a much more gimmicky Sakuretsu armor. Threatening Roar, much more straightforward. Your opponent just cannot declare an attack this turn. Very good stall card. Probably the single best card in the set will end up being Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, which is a trap where you discard a card and target a card your opponent controls and place it on the top of their deck. So you're basically setting the back a draw as well as having a removal tool. Having to discard first is a little bit hefty, but it's still going to be, I feel like, a cornerstone of our removal. And there have been quite a few discard effects, and one card that is actually decently nice to discard, as well as just being a hand fixer, is Good Gobbling Housekeeping. It's a trap where you draw cards equal to the number of Good Gobbling Housekeeping named cards in your graveyard +1, so you're always drawing at least one, and then you, after drawing, you select a card from your hand and return it to the bottom of the deck. So if you have none, you're fixing your hand, but if you have any more, you're gaining card advantage from the card. And I think the last relevant card to talk about is Deck Devastation Virus, which, if you tribute a dark monster with 2000 or more attack, you then get to look at your opponent's hand and destroy all monsters they control and all they draw until their third turn after this card's activation that have 1500 or less attack. So that's gonna be a lot of stuff. Insect Knight and stuff like that. A lot of stuff in this set avoids it, and the biggest thing about Deck Devastation Virus, especially in this set, is the activation condition where you have to tribute a dark monster with 2000 or more attacks. So that's essentially just gonna be the fusions, and you basically have no other way of activating it. So I feel like that'll be too gimmicky because of that to activate. But if you manage to pull it off, it's basically game winning. Also, I just remember a last thing that I forgot to talk about. Spiral Sphere Strike isn't very good by itself, but what it enables us to do is enables us to play Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. I think that is the one relevant card here. It is a level 7 2300 attack, 2100 defense monster that if it's the only card in your hand, you can normal summon it without tributing. So essentially, if these games go pretty long and you're in a top deck war, top decking into a normal summonable 2300 beater is going to be pretty damn powerful. But yeah, overall, I had never heard of this set. I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of this set before this. We now started to look at it because of this episode, but it actually has a decent amount of pretty okay cards, so it'll be interesting to see what we end up brewing with this. But yeah, that is the set. I hope you enjoyed the deck breakdown, since I will see you all there next.
So, yet again, we have a kind of a weird set. Like the last few sets, like actual sets, not structure decks, have been kind of off. I don't particularly like playing this, but I think this one could be interesting, even though I've never heard of this entire set in my fucking life. Like there are sets in Yu-Gi-Oh that I don't know what the names of them are or when they came out, but those are usually like around late Arc V, early Reigns, and even like current Yu-Gi-Oh. But for the most part, I remember every set that came out before the spot where I stopped playing in like 2016, 2017. Actually, 2018 might be closer. But yeah, here we go. Blast Magician is a card that you probably have been in Magician's Force with the spell counter gimmicks. It has the effect of each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card. When that spell card resolves, you can remove any number of spell counters from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field with attack less than or equal to the number of counters you removed by times 700 and destroy that target. With attack less than or equal to the number of counters, yeah. And that's that could be good. I don't really think it's gonna work out. It's decent with dealing itself and Hyena and even Hand of Nethys, but I don't think these things are gonna hit the board. But we'll see. I think it could be an interesting tech card if it happens to play out right. Then we have Chiron. Chiron is, or Chiron, I think it's actually pronounced. Chiron the Mage is a 1.8k beat stick that has the effect of once per turn. You can discard one spell, then target one spell trap card your opponent controls and destroy the target. I think this card can be really good considering all the spell traps we have in the set. Golem Sentry. This card is kinda weird. It's like Penguin Soldier, but it only functions when it's flip summoned. So it has the effect of once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position, which means that if you flip summon it, you can turn it back to face down instantly. Then he has the effect of when this card is flip summoned, target one monster your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. This thing can probably control the entire game all on its own, but we'll see how that goes, because I feel like cards such as Insect Knight, or it's not even like me feeling this way. Insect Knight just runs over it, and arguably if you have Swift Gaia in the deck as a take option, you can just take the game by playing Swift Knight Gaia, or Swift Gaia on turn 1. Yep. Then we have Grand Mark, which is just another Monarch, which has the beneficial effect of killing set cards, which in this case are going to be quite plentiful. Then we have Nethys, Hand of Nethys, sorry. Hand of Nethys has the ability to special summon, attribute itself and another monster to special summon Sacred Phoenix of Nethys. We'll get to that in a sec. Then we have Hyena, which is basically a card that just floods the field like Mother Grizzly, UFO Turtle, Giant Rat, Shining Angel, Mystic Tomato. Just that kind of monster. And then we have Sacred Phoenix of Nethys. Sacred Phoenix of Nethys has the effect of once per turn, during standby phase. If after this card was destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from your graveyard. If you do, destroy all spells and traps on the field. This card is really good considering that we have one card that can run over it and one card that can destroy it. And odds of both of these coming about at the same time are low. Then there's also the third option, which is Phoenix and Wing and Blast, which I don't think is going to be all that common because it's a fairly high investment for arguably a low return, because you're going to be 2 for winning a card every time. But yeah. Then we have Swift Gaia, which is a card that has the effect of if this card is in your, if this is the only card in your hand, you can normal summon this card without attributing. And that can be really good on turn 1 if you happen to have a perfect hand, basically. Then we have Insect Knight. Insect Knight is a 1.9k beater, and this thing is the strongest level 4 monster in the set, and I think this can just outright win the game if you play it on turn 1. It's going to be really hard to deal with. Then we have with a Feather of the Phoenix, which allows us to basically recover cards from the graveyard in a very slow fashion. Discard one card, then target one card in your graveyard, return that target to the top of your deck. Yeah. So you could maybe do some tricks like putting Nethys on top of your deck and using Hand of Nethys to special summon it. Then we have Lightning Vortex, which is a quote-unquote fixed version of Raigeki, and it has the effect of discarding one card and destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. That's a fair-ass card. You go -2 effectively, or you go -1 to use this effect, and then you pop your opponent's field, which means you probably go +2, +3. Not +3, maybe +2, I guess. And then Swords of Concealing Light, which is a weird version of Swords of Revealing Light and inarguably worse. It has the effect of destroy this card during your second standby phase after the activation. When this card resolves, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle position. It doesn't prevent them from attacking, so if your opponent summons a monster like onto the field. They just get to swing. Yeah. Now, good Goblin Housekeeping. Draw cards equal to the number of good Goblin Housekeeping cards in your graveyard plus 1. Then select one card from your hand and return it to the bottom of your deck. This card can let you dig into your deck, which seems like it'll be really important because this might end up being a really grindy format. But we'll see how that ends up going. But at the moment, I think this card is gonna be key in like getting the game actually rolling. Then we have Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, which I mentioned earlier, which allows you to discard one card and target one card on your opponent's side of the field and place that target on the top of the deck. And this card can be really strong against Gaia, Grandmark, Hyena, Golem Sentry, Insect Knight even, and so on. And it's going to be really useful. I think this thing is going to be the de facto removal, even though I think it's going to be rare. I think it'll allow you to deal with most issues without having to deal with them being face up. For example, you can spill Golem Sentry onto the top of the deck and just win on that turn. Like, this allows you to push your game easier than Lightning Vortex does. Then we have Threatening Roar, which is the combat trick in this. Or, well, I guess both of these are combat tricks in this case. Threatening Roar says your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. And that's really important because, again, stalling the game out is probably going to be what you'll be doing in this set again, like how most old sets are. But yeah, for the most part, you'll be trying to set up Golem Sentries and maybe Chirons, and you're just going to be controlling the field with that. Then we have the side deck, which contains another Blast Magician. I don't think this card is a worthwhile card to side or consider siding, but I didn't know what else to put there. So then we have Gear Feed, which is a 1.8k beater. We've seen this guy before. He's a reprint, so that's about it. We get to play him because of the fact that we have Release Restraint in the set. Then we have Gearfeed the Swordmaster, which is a like retrained version of Gearfeed, or better version of Gearfeed, or evolved version of Gearfeed. I don't know what you want to call it. But it sucks. It has the effect that must be present with the Release Restraint each time an equipped card is equipped to this card. Target one monster your opponent controls, destroy that target. There's a problem here. You cannot like have equips in this set. You don't have any equipped cards that you can put on Gearfeed in this set. So he's kind of shit. And more copies of Nephthys in case I end up in a situation where I want to play more copies of it. Then we have Release Restraint, which basically sacks Gearfeed for a bigger Gearfeed. Then we have Penalty Game, which is a sideboard card I feel like, which allows you to make your opponent skip their draw phase and kind of stall them out, or prevent them from activating spell or trap cards this turn. There's a problem with this, which is in situations where you would want the prevent activation of spells and traps, they can just activate them in response to your activation, usually. Then you have Pole Position, which is a nightmare card to rule and basically a problematic card because of infinite loops that happened way back when. There are no ways of causing infinite loops in this set, but I simply put it in here because I figured, oh, if I'm going to be in a situation where Nephthys happens to be the biggest monster in the field, that'll be worthwhile. But yeah, there's nothing else really to say for this set. It's really, really boring. I must admit. I think it's cool. I think the basic idea is better than the creator. Like they clearly made the creator and Nephthys with the same idea in mind, but they made the creator significantly worse than Nephthys and made it even less fun to play than Nephthys. Because Nephthys, Hand of Nephthys allows you to summon it from the hand or deck, which is something the creators, what was it called? I don't remember what it was called. But the creator's special summon condition was purely from the hand. You could not summon it from the graveyard, the deck, or anywhere else. Or you could summon it from the deck and the graveyard, but you know, not the graveyard, the Spanish one. Yeah. That about does it. I hope the games go okay. Good luck.
Guys and gals, welcome back, and here is what we are going to be playing today. So as always, let's do a rundown of the deck and see what we can do with it. So right off the bat, we're playing just a one-off Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. I think I alluded to it in the set breakdown already that it's obviously a break early on, since it's not really what you want to be attributing 2 cards for. But later on, if your hand is empty and you happen to top deck into this, or maybe you have something like a Lightning Vortex, something else in the Swift Gaia, so you can empty your hand, it's going to be a pretty powerful to be able to just normal summon a 2300 beater. Our premier tribute summon of the deck though will be Grandmark the Rock Monarch. We have 2 in the main and 1 more in this side. It's a 2400 beater which can be tribute summoned with 1 tribute, and when it's tribute summoned you can target a Sith card on the field and destroy it. So it's gonna be pretty damn nice. This is a mandatory effect though, so that's important to consider in case you have something set but your opponent doesn't, and you just want this on the field. Then we're playing 3 Insect Knight. It's just the biggest thing that can be normal summoned consistently without a tribute at 1900, and very importantly it is the only non-tribute summonable monster in this set that can swing over Golem Sentry. So yeah. I actually think I forgot, I'm recalling now, I don't think I covered it in the set breakdown, but there is a spell card to summon the level 7 Gearfried, which mentioned Gearfried the Iron Knight by name. That's what we're allowed to play that as well. So it's just an 1800 beater. The effect doesn't matter. We're also playing 1 Chiron the Mage and 2 more in the side. These are just additional 1800 beaters. I was going back and forth whether to play more Chiron or more Gearfried, but I ended up playing more Gearfried instead, because of stuff like Source of Concealing Light, the additional defense might actually matter. Plus, we're only playing 11 spells, so having mats for Chiron is gonna be a little bit harder. Then 3 Golem Sentry is just the best wall in the set at 1800. It can recur itself. If you manage to set this on your turn 1, your opponent basically cannot get a monster in the field unless they manage to get rid of Golem Sentry, and since stuff like Lightning Vortex even only destroys face-up monsters, Golem Sentry is protected from that as well, which is pretty damn nice. Then we're playing 3 Blowback Dragon. This is a single tribute monster, 2300 attack. Once per turn you can target a card your opponent controls, toss a coin 3 times, and if at least 2 of those are heads, you destroy the target. This is just here so we can go into Gatling Dragon with the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion. It doesn't really matter which one I end up using, because I'm never gonna have these both on the field to go into Gatling Dragon with the Dark effect, but just in case that arose, I figured I might as well go for the Dark. I am running 1 Delight as well, in case I feel like I'm not finding these mats consistently enough, but I don't think we'll go into that. As is tradition, I also have the rest of our legal fusions in the deck, but I am not going to be able to summon these, so just Gatling Dragon is what we'll be going for. Then we have Centrifugal Field, a spell card that can help fusions. Just playing it as a one-off, since if we find it, cool. If we don't, then I'm not gonna be too bummed out about that one. Refusion is a premature burial for fusions. Only playing a one-off because obviously before we get into our fusions, it's gonna be a brick. And we only have access to 3 unsearchable polys, as well as 3 the Darks and 3 Blowback Dragons. None of these can be searched, so it might end up being a brick. But if we can recur something like Gatling Dragon multiple times, if we can recur it after it's hit the field initially as well, then that's going to be obviously very powerful. Next, we're all running 3 Lightning Vortex. It's just the best removal tool in the set. Destroys all face-up monster your opponent controls. 3 poly, since we're now allowed to play it, and we are playing fusions, so yeah. But yeah, next, Source of Concealing Light. It's decent. This is more here to, because we have a lot of like beaters in this set, so this is more of here as a kind of a catch-up card, where if your opponent summons something, hell, even Grandmark is super small on the defensive side, so if your opponent gets the initiative with something like Insect Knight, Gearfried, Grandmark, stuff like that, you can use swords to set their stuff, and then you can beat over it with your own beaters. And additionally, it stops the Golem Sentry shenanigans, so you get a couple turns to find an answer to get rid of the Golem Sentry. Yeah, I forgot to mention we have a second centrifugal field in the side, and it's mostly there just to have more spells in case I want to go more for Chiron. But yeah, it's mostly it's there because I couldn't figure out what else to play. Then as for the traps, 3 Phoenix Wing Blast, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, sorry. Always a tongue twister for me. It's just basically the best removal tool along with Lightning Vortex. This only hits one thing, both have to discard, but this also sets your opponent back with a draw, and then you know what they're drawing. Threatening Roar, it just buys you a turn, very simple, also can be used to protect your monsters from battle damage. Good Goblin Housekeeping at 3 as well, and this is here to fix our hand, as well as to, in grindier games, actually draw us some cards. And finally, a single across a counter in case Jeexx tries to poke into stuff like Golem Sentry with something small that whatever he might end up playing. Also, this is also just here because like I didn't want to play 1,000 monsters. I wanted to find some back row, and if we can pull it off, it's going to be pretty damn powerful. We also have 2 more in the side in case if he somehow has managed to go the beat route, like he really wants to abuse Rescue Cat, and he's gone for something like Rescue Cat with Hyena, I guess, was the best target. So, yeah. As for the side deck though, we already covered some of these cards, but we are playing 3 Brainjacker. If the games end up feeling like they're super slow, I feel like Brainjacker can actually get you value. If both of us have something like Golem Sentry set, if I have swords up, so all of his stuff is just set, and he's not really gonna poke into my stuff, then I can maybe get away with setting some Brainjackers and essentially just getting a Snatch Steal for my normal summon. Then we have the Nephthys package. We are playing 2 Sacred Phoenix Nephthys and 3 Hand of Nephthys here. Initially I just had 1 Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys and 1 Hand of Nephthys, but I didn't really know what else to put here, so I just bumped up the numbers for them in case back row seems to be a problem and we are consistently getting like multiple tributes on the board. Finally, for our extra deck, and nothing else matters like I said, but as I mentioned with Blowback and the Dark, we are playing Gatling Dragon, and that's going to be like our prime boss monster that can beat over anything in this set and it has to be removed. So yeah, this has ended up being a pretty interesting deck. I feel like it's good. There's nothing outstanding about it. We just have a bunch of like pretty decent value monsters, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. And yeah, we've already been talking about it a little bit, but the structure decks that we will play next time, Fury of the Deep and Blazing Vortex. I can't remember the fire deck, but they're basically a water or fire deck. I briefly took a look at them, and I have no idea which one I would like to play. So I really want to win this time, so a Jeexx can pick for me and I don't have to have the pressure of picking myself. But that is the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns, and with all of that, I will see you all in the dueling zone. Ladies and lads, welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and this time it's Flaming Eternity time. And as crazy as it is, this is our last actual set, since next time we're doing another set of structures, and before we dive into the GX era. That is actually insane that we are already reaching that point. So how do you feel about that, and how do you feel about today and Flaming Eternity Jeexx?
It's been an eternity since we started this shit. I've oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna start flaming you for those puns. I swear to God. On a real note though, I don't think I had ever heard of this set. Like, I don't think I had ever heard of Flaming Eternity before this. I heard about it in this series.
I mean, if this thing was called The Last Millennium, I feel like it would make more sense. Because it would have been lost to time, you know?
Or let's just do rock, paper, scissors before this goes any deeper, and the rock thrower prevails.
We're back, baby, for the final time. Doing original Duel Monsters. Yeah.
But yeah, I wish you the best of luck.
Holy shit, this has sucks.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure what I want to do. Oh, yeah, that. All right. Yeah, that is a bad hand.
This shit is the worst.
Huh. Well, me personally, I would like to normal gear freed if that's all right.
Okay. And are you playing Cure on Gear Freed and Insect Knight?
You know, I'll just. There might be a chance.
Might be a chance.
And yeah, you know what? I'll just sit on that. You can. I think you play back row, I play monsters. We just see what happens. You know.
Gotta set one card.
Oh Jesus!
Let's fucking go.
Normal Chiron, is that okay?
That's okay.
Yeah.
When you
battle phase?
I'll respond using threatening roll.
Yeah, makes sense. So I'll just go to main 2 and I'll just pass.
Yeah. Stand by main. I'll activate Lightning Vortex.
That's pretty good.
I'll activate Lightning Vortex. Thank you. And
these are gone to the grave.
They're fucking dead.
They are.
And then I will set one card and I will pass.
Alrighty, draw standby main. I'll set a monster, I'll set a back row, and I'll think.
Oh? Thinking, eh?
Yeah, I'll just pass on that.
Okay, I'll go standby main. I will flip summon Golem Sentry.
Ooh.
I will bounce your monster back to your hand.
Yep, that goes to my hand.
Then I will activate its effect and set it face down.
Seems pretty good.
Then I will set one card and pass.
Alright, yeah. Draw standby main. Golem Sentry is annoying.
I'm playing that card because it walls everything that isn't a tribute monster or Insect Knight.
I mean, Insect Knight's battle prowess cannot be.
I fucking the lore on that thing is insane.
There is so much text on the card. It's kind of crazy.
We can no longer ignore their unmatched battle prowess.
We in fact cannot. That is very much true. Does it make sense? I wonder. I think I'll just set a monster and pass, and I'm sure nothing bad will happen to my.
I will go
monster.
Stand by, man. I will flip summon.
Yep.
Yep. And I will set it face down. Then I will set another one.
Oh, geez.
And then I pass.
Alrighty. Draw standby main.
Penguin soldier. Penguin soldier. We're back at it again.
Okay, I think what I want to do. Actually, yeah, no. I'll normal Insect Knight.
Ah, yes, Insect Knight.
Is that
yeah,
okay?
I love this card. That is acceptable, yes.
All right. I would like to go to battle phase.
Battle phase, activate threatening.
Yep. Threatening roar number 2. Seems pretty good. I mean, you have so few cards. I think I'm fine with Vortex, but I wonder if there's something else I should be afraid of. I'll just pass.
I go standby main.
If you tribute 2 for Nephthys, I'm gonna be mildly annoyed.
I activate Swords of Concealing Light.
Yeah, that will be set.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And then I will. I will. This is a hard one. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I'm gonna normal summon Grand Marg and destroy the insect.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna destroy the face down.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. 'Cause
yep. It is a gone.
yeah, because if I try to do this for one of these trap cards, and if one of them happens to be a card that you can just activate in response,
Yeah,
you don't lose anything. So
yeah, that would
using this
obviously
on.
suck for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Attack
and
or
battle
just
phase. I
override.
would like to activate my threatening roar.
Yeah. That's
I
fine.
would like to preserve my life total a little bit.
Oh, this is on my turn.
Now this is where it gets kinda awkward. Shit. It's weird. Why does Source of Concealing Light like pop itself sooner than Source of Revealing Light? Because I feel like Revealing Light is better. I think
Yeah.
this kind of sucks, but I think I have to do this. I will activate my own swords.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I don't have a way of running over the Grunmorg right now, so I'll just set a monster and pass. Turn 1 on your swords.
Wait, I clicked on the wrong thing.
I just wanted to flip a coin. I get
Well, because of the way that this video game actually works, I don't get to do anything now.
Alright.
Your turn.
Yeah, I will. Oh, jeez. And turn 1 on my swords, because, you know, we don't like playing the video game here. Is it even worth it? I don't think it is. I will simply set my third back row as well.
Oh,
and then a pass.
You're not playing around with my mech knights, eh?
I'm not. I want you to drop a blue sky on me. Your source is gone and mine will be gone after this turn.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah, it is odd.
Let me think. Let me think a bit. I'm gonna summon hyena.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna run into your face down.
Oh, does this make sense? I think it does, right? Yeah, I don't think there is a better thing to do. So I will fire off cross counter.
Actually has cross counter in his deck.
Yeah, so you would take 1600 here and the hyena will be gone.
I don't like that. That's literally the only card in the fucking set that destroys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So dog shit too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm gonna
also you
take
take 1600, yeah. And my swords is gone. And
Like, there's no cards in the set that have more defense. Like, this is the only card that has 1.8k defense, anyhow, right?
I think
That's why I
so.
chose not to run it.
Yeah, I think it is.
Everything was either equal, and if the cross counter was equal or less, then I would have ran that. Because hyena is the only like valuable low attack monster in the set. It felt like fuck. You know?
I actually, it's weird. So I wonder, do I just want to set it and bounce your other thing, or make, because it doesn't make sense really to bounce the Grand Morgue, because you can then just tribute it over the other thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I bounce that, I just set you back a turn and then Grand Morgue just runs over me. Okay, this is gonna be weird, but let's try this. I will set it.
Yep.
And I will flip summon it.
Yeah.
And I will bounce this one.
Okay.
Then I will set a back row and yeah. I will end my turn on that.
I will go stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
I will flip summon.
Yep.
And then I will set a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I go into battle phase.
Now this is where I wanna think.
I have to point out that if I attack, it does not negate my attack declaration. It prevents me from declaring attack, but if you activate it after I've declared attack, it does not.
Yeah, I know, obviously then. That's why I need to think when you're entering battle phase.
Yeah.
So. Huh. Okay, I think actually this is the play. Is it the play? I actually think this is the play. I will Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I will pitch Good Goblin Housekeeping. I will put Grand Mark on top of your deck.
Okay, I'm gonna put him on top of the deck. And then we'll go main phase, in phase, pass.
Yeah, I will. So my turn. I will do the whole set and flip summon shenanigan. I will bounce.
In response to you activating your effect, I will choose to Phoenix Wing Wind Blast.
This goes to my top of my deck.
Yep.
And now this is where I have to think. So I know you're drawing Grand Mark. I don't know what else you have in hand. It's 2 Wind Blast, 2 Threatening Rose, 1 Vortex. Yeah, I think I'll just pass.
I'm gonna go standby, main.
Mm-hmm.
And I will normal summon Hand of Nephthys.
Ooh.
I will then proceed to tribute Hand of Nephthys. And my Golem Sentry
Yep.
to special summon Sacred Nephthys Phoenix Thingamabob.
Yeah, I'll just in response do this.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I pass.
So every time it comes back from the graveyard, it's yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So is it time to activate like Vortex?
I don't think it is.
Hmm?
I'd rather not do that. I'll just send a pass.
I'll swing over.
Yep.
Yeah. And I will pass. Snatch Steal.
I wish.
Phoenix from Black.
I mean, that's
your best out
interesting.
here.
I think, yeah. I'll fire off Swords number 2.
Yep. Just set face down.
1600. Then I'll pass. I would very much like to see some monsters.
Set one card. And...
So I only know Grammark. This has been a really long game 1, by the way.
It has been an extremely long game one, yeah. Don't have a recursion for that, which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think I'm fine with this.
Oh.
I think I'm fine with this. I'll target my face down that I've set before, which is the one that's behind him.
So the goblin?
Yeah, the good goblin housekeeping.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I draw one card, and then I put another card. I put a card on the bottom of my deck. I'll put this card. There we go. And I attack face.
Yeah, I will take 2400.
And I pass.
And swords turn 1. Draw stand by main. Yeah, I think I have to adjust a lightning vortex, and I will pitch a polymerization.
Yep.
So yeah, in case you watch the intro, you know that we implement a new rule where essentially you are just allowed to throw in 1 to 3 polys into your deck whenever you feel like it. This was mostly done in order to allow us to actually play fusions sometimes now when they're actually becoming somewhat relevant when we're about to enter the Jeexx era, and they will not be reprinted in every single set because they probably just assume, obviously, like it's such a common card, everyone's gonna have it anyway. But we figured we haven't been able to do showcase fusions really, so
I didn't own a single copy of Polymerization for like 8 years.
Interesting.
They had not printed it in sets that were available. So what in face?
Yeah, I'll just I was thinking, but no.
I'll set one card face down and pass. And this is gone.
Yeah, it will be gone in my standby. Are you fucking kidding me?
I should have probably been greedier, but I figured you're gonna top the Gear Fleet or something. Anyhow,
my draws have been so abysmal. I guess like my opening hand was pretty good, but after that I've been breaking pretty bad.
Yeah.
I will set a monster though. We found a monster, so but I'll just pass.
What the fuck is this? This is...
Oh well, this is lovely. Oh shit. Huh. All right, now there is potential for this to go horribly wrong. But I would like to activate polymerization.
Oh my god.
And I would like to, which makes more sense. Yeah. I would like to fuse this blowback dragon in my hand with this the dock.
Yeah.
In order to summon a Gatling dragon in attack. I figured.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bro, 3 Wind Blasts and 2 Threatening Roars already is kinda nuts.
And 3 Lightning Vortex.
Yeah. That is.
3 Lightning Vortex, by the way.
That's some pretty good draws there. Yep, nothing I
Yeah.
can do about that. Pass.
I'm gonna go standby main. A normal summon. I'm gonna flip summon, and we're gonna. No gores, okay? No gores.
Yeah, I will take 28. And now we gotta find something.
If you don't find something,
Holy-
that's geese.
Okay, yeah. Doesn't make any sense to. Alright, yeah. I will Lightning Vortex.
Oh shit.
Pitching Lightning Vortex.
Yeah!
And now the question is, does it make any sense? No. Honestly,
Someone didn't attack us. Go for it.
there is no way you have a monster in your hand. I will normal summon the dark and swing for 1,000.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
refuse to believe with all of those draws that you have a monster.
I'm sorry to say that I just top decked this.
Bro, how
Sometimes
awful.
you win games.
Oh well, that's just fucking awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I literally like
Sometimes you
I could not draw worse. Like I literally could not have drawn worse if I tried. I literally
I'm
drew
just
like
gonna-
all the bricks in my deck.
I need to point this out.
Yeah.
Over 50% of my deck is monsters.
I have half as well, but yeah,
Okay.
I
have 22.
I drew the absolute shits. But yeah, it was a like that was a long and that was a good game still. So
That was.
let's try this again. My bad, forgot to actually continue recording as I was still in siding, but oh my.
That is bullshit, Blaze. And still, my heart is Blaze. What's up?
It's a bad day.
Oh, it's a good day.
It's a bad day.
I'm gonna. It's your turn.
Righty. Yeah, no, it's not pretty.
It's beautiful. In fact.
I think I need to dig. I'll housekeeping.
Yo, you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will say I'm glad I did that.
Okay.
Then I will. Oh, this one hurts. This one hurts. It's bottom right. Oh. I'm like really torn. I think it's gonna be this one.
Oh.
But I did manage to find a monster. So thank you, Goblin, for that.
Nice.
I will just pass after.
I will go standby main. I will flip summon.
Good old wall.
Good old Golem Sentry.
This goes
As you
to my
know.
hand.
Then I set this card and then I summon Chiron. and I would like to go face. Is this okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Bro, your board is scary.
I'm now considering something. I am going to use Chiron's effect.
Ooh.
I will discard Swords of Concealing Light to destroy your spell trap.
Yep. Threatening roar of the grave.
And then I will pass.
Alrighty. Huh. I mean, that doesn't really solve anything. Actually? Wait. Oh, that's kind of cute. Sure, let's try. I would like to fire off my swords.
Swords of Concealing Light?
Yeah.
No! Yes.
Alright, I'll set Chiron. Then I would like to normal Gearfried.
Yes.
Anything on battle phase?
Yes.
No way you have it again, man. Oh, that's so whack.
So what's the problem, officer?
I mean, we have another turn.
Yes. I will go stand by main.
A double tribute for Nethys.
I will activate Swords of Concealing Light.
Yep.
Yep.
Gearfried.
And then I will Gearfried?
Oh, that is so fucking ass. Bro, your luck this time has been so fucking insane. Holy
I feel like
shit.
a piece of shit, I'll be honest.
Like, actually insane.
I'm really overextending here, though. So you're kind of good. Don't worry.
Man.
Swords of Concealing Light is really good against Golem Sentry, like it's insane.
Yeah, it is, because it actually prevents the shenanigans. It's it's like the card that actually made me go like, okay, I kind of need this, because otherwise... Well, we showcased last game like how oppressive Golem can be if you're not able to do anything about it. It can basically just keep on accruing value.
It just stalls everything out.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
I'll set a backer and I'll pass. Turn one on your swords. And mine will be gone after this turn, which I don't like.
Anything on battle phase?
Nope.
I will attack your face down.
Yep. It is. Whoops.
That does not work.
Yeah.
No. Because it was in flip summon, it does not happen.
Yeah, I know. They just bounce off each other.
Yeah, and then I will pass.
My source is gone. I will draw.
I will, in your standby phase, I'm thinking.
Yep.
I will... I will elect to use Phoenix Wing Wind Blast on your Golem Sentry.
Alright. And you had two of those again. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I have to. I'll... Normal Chiron.
Yeah.
Battle phase.
I'm going to activate. Nothing.
Swing over your Chiron.
My Chiron. How could this be?
Oh, this sucks.
I can assure you that it sucks ass.
Does it even do enough? Yeah, I'll just pass. Source is gone.
I'm gonna
Do the old shenanigans.
Gonna flip summon Golem Sentry.
Yep.
Bounce Chiron. Then I'm gonna
Oh, jeez.
battle
Okay.
phase.
At least I luckily have something for that.
Okay.
I will pitch Blowback Dragon.
Okay, and then I go end phase in your turn.
Whew. Okay, that helps a little bit. Chiron for 18 in the pass.
Then
So
I
that's
activate your Goblin Housekeeping.
Nephthys. That Nephthys is gone.
Bottom of deck. And then I will go face with this.
Oh, yeah, they will trade.
Yeah. I don't really care about anything right now other than the fact that I need to get you to
Oh,
go on the draw as well.
That's actually the best possible draw. Holy shit. Okay, that's...
I got outmatched, outskilled, outplayed.
Outmatched by his battle prowess.
It's okay. I don't have an option here. Actually, no, you know what? You know what? Fuck this. Your turn.
Oh, alright. Set a monster. Go 19.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'm gonna activate Swords of Concealing Light.
Ooh.
Then I will set a card face down and pass.
Oh my fucking god. Holy shit.
Tell me. Don't fucking tell me.
That's insane. Check this shit out. I will activate polymerization, fusing the dark and blowback dragon in my hand in order to special summon Gatling Dragon.
It's okay. It's okay. I got this.
I will not use the effect. Hell no, I'm not gonna pop my own shit.
No.
Like I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. All right, turn one on swords. I don't even know. What do you have to? Okay. Okay.
There's nothing that beats 2.6.
All the shitty draws, I get like absolute nuts after nuts after nuts after nuts. Like I think that was 3 or 4, literally best possible draw in a row.
I should have just waited out.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanted to go for Nephthys.
If you did it, I mean, I respect it. I respect you go for the Nephthys play. But yeah, it definitely, like, if you didn't go for that, I think it was GG's. But yeah. I appreciate it. We got a game 3, so and I always go for the hype summon. I respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go game 3. 3. Alrighty, and thanks for the hype play. We did get a game 3. Also, I would like to point out both games. The one who set 2 back row and passed turn 1 has won.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, you bastard. I mean, there's no way you'd, like, open Golem Sentry turn 1, right?
No way, right?
Obviously, you wouldn't, right?
That would be funny.
That would definitely be funny, wouldn't it?
That would be funny.
That would, like, it would be hilarious, like, absolutely. I would lose my shit. It would
I'm
be
laughing
so
my
funny.
ass off right now, man.
It would be so funny if you
So
somehow open Golem Sentry.
Set this thing face down. I'm gonna flip summon it.
Yeah, gee, dude.
Wow.
Wow, never before seen maneuver there, buddy.
And then I'm gonna do
you
this.
fucking bastard. I will Feathering Roar in response.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna pass.
You are a bastard. I hope you know that.
Sorry. I mean, I just fucking committed like 4 cards on board, dude. You know?
It is. That is fair. That is fair.
We are technically even now, though. So.
We are. But I would like to change that by swinging for 18.
I love that. I fucking love that, dude.
Why did it?
I still don't get why it doesn't let me do Control A, man.
Bro wanted to put it on notepad. It's like, all right, Judge, you can see right here. I took 1800.
I'm gonna activate this thing.
Oh, you
Yeah, that's
fucking
okay, right?
yeah. You're actually subhuman.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
This
I mean, it means a lot to me.
this set is okay. If if this set wasn't awful enough, fuck you, my swords.
Yeah.
Anyways, go.
Oh, go stand by, man. Oh, what if I just hear me?
Oh, no fucking shot.
Oh my god, what if we just like did this? And then I like swung over your golem sentry.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Turn one on both of our swords.
Being too talented sometimes, man. It's
Well, this is lovely.
this is so fucking scummy.
Bro, this set is fucking awful.
This is so sweet.
I'll just pass.
You'll just pass? Okay, I'm gonna summon Hyena and I'm gonna let you fucking yeah.
Go for it, dude. I'll take 34.
And then use that lightning vortex, dude. Shake that,
Easiest
shake that
top
money
deck of my
maker.
life. Fuck me.
Just shake that money maker, dude.
I mean, honestly,
Hmm?
I was gonna pass.
I'm sorry. I'm also extremely sorry.
Bro, what a fucking dog shit episode, dude. Bro,
That was so
how insane were your draws this fucking episode? Like, actually,
It's
like you drew the nuts.
I'm legitimately impressed by my own sheer talent and ability in this episode.
How many was
Like
it?
I've never felt like my talents have been truly appreciated.
That was
But this
actually insane. I think
It
like
doesn't stop
overall,
there, by the
like
way.
with like you just consistently drawing the nuts and then me getting those like 3 to 4 insane draws like game 2
Yeah.
back to back to back to back. This has to be like probably the luckiest like episode thus far, because holy shit.
there's a lot of like sacky cards. You have fucking brain jack.
I sided into one after game 2 because we were like, well, we had like multiple basically standstill, so I figured like I might get away with just getting one. Oh boy.
But the biggest problem is that you can't really get brain jacker to go off if your opponent is playing golem sentry, right?
Yeah, I mean, Golem Sentry just does everything. It's like, I mean, you won the first coin flip, you opened Golem Sentry on your first turn in game 1, you then got to go automatically first. Game 3, you had a Golem Sentry in your opening hand. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that from turn 1?
I don't know, man.
Like, I genuinely don't know what. Like, I guess
I don't.
instead of playing a Gatling Dragon, instead playing, I guess, King Dragoon, so you can't bounce it.
Oh, yeah. Of
It's
course,
like
King
that-
Dragoon.
Like that's the play.
I totally know what King Dragoon is. I absolutely read every single card in the set.
It's just the combination of Lord of D with a special summon a Dragon Monster effect. So essentially,
Oh,
just
yeah.
the first part, because the only dragon in the set, I think, was Ragnarok. So
Yeah. If Ragnarok was 1.8 thousand or 1.9k even,
if it was bigger,
I think
I
we can
definitely
get-
would have actually ran it. But yeah, I just continue my tradition. I always just fill my extra deck with all the
Wait.
garbage I can. But Gatling was the only one that I could actually go for.
I think if you think about it, you could have had a dragon engine in here by using Curse of Dragon, and Ragnarok, if Ragnarok was bigger, and it would have actually been like a threatening thing,
Yeah,
basically.
it just 1600 is so tiny when we have Golem Senshi and we have Insect Knight and Gearfried and Chiron already at like 18, 18, 19 beaters.
Dude, it's so insane to think that this entire set revolved around cards being 1.8k
Yeah,
when Mechanical Treasure kind of like out power crept everything like that a while ago, and then we started getting 1.9k beaters in every set.
yeah.
But this set, a 1.9k beater was like a fucking silver bullet. Like that thing could stomp out the opponent easily.
Yeah, I mean, Insect Knight solo won me essentially the game too.
Yeah,
And I probably like 90% of why I lost the other two games were fucking Golem Sentry.
yeah.
Because it's so hard to get rid of. I guess like there's essentially like no removal here. It's like, okay, Vortex doesn't do anything to Golem because it's
Roland. Yeah,
always gonna be set anyway. But it's, do you wanna use two cards to Phoenix Wind Blast it if you don't have a way of dealing it with it the next time when it comes back down? It's like
yeah.
it's such a crazy card in the set.
It's. I think it's kind of cool. Like I don't like this set overall, but I think the fact that this set is, it feels like such a microcosm is really cool.
It was definitely like one of the more interesting sets I do think as well. It just like, yeah, because it didn't feel like there were like, definitely there felt like there were like multiple actual like pretty good cards in the set, which overall felt like really unassuming, like Golem Sentry, like Insect Knight, Lightning Vortex, and Phoenix Wind Blast, and yeah, I don't know. Overall, it definitely made for an interesting set.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I didn't draw like the worst possible game one, although it still like ended up being a good grindy game. But yeah,
Yeah.
overall it was still a fun set to play, I think. But yeah,
I agree.
it
It
was.
didn't feel like a flaming piece of shit.
Yeah, but I definitely will remember it as a piece of shit because it's like I did not remember. I will give it though that I did not have any idea what Flaming Eternity, as I said, like what did it have before this, playing this, and now I will definitely remember it as that one fucking breakfast of
Hell
an
yeah.
episode. But yeah, we discussed it a little bit before the episode. Neither of us had like real prioritizations for when it came to like whichever structure we were gonna play because they were blazing something, whatever it was. It was a pyro deck and a pyro and aqua or water. I guess was the other one. It was just fire and water structure decks. One revolves around Umi, and the other just has a lot of pyro synergies, I think. So I will be picking the pyro one because I think it has like some interesting cards, and also I remember really fondly like it has stuff like Inferno, Molten Zombie, even Blazing Apache, and I think the like big boss monster of the deck, like which was like Flaming Emperor or something. I remember as a kid when I didn't know the rules yet, I had those cards and I thought they were so fucking cool because it was just like, whoa, cool fire stuff. So I wasn't. I was kind of like indifferent in whichever I will end up playing, but since I guess I get the pick, I will pick my childhood fantasy, I guess, deck. So this will be what we'll be playing next time. And after that, we say goodbye to OG Yu-Gi-Oh! And we enter GX era, which is still like, it feels crazy to say that.
Finally, we're gonna be playing real card games, man.
Peak Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know card wise if that's what I would say, but it's
No.
I definitely remember it fondly since the GX anime localized into Finnish dub. Glorious. Go listen to the Finnish opening, by the way. It's the best version. Undoubtedly. It's not even close. It was my first introduction to Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was the first introduction for me too as well. Like I originally saw the GX anime and I thought it was really cool. I wanted the cards, and then after a while, I ended up getting the manga, and I read the original manga for Duel Monsters. Even though for the first first 6 volumes, there's like no Duel Monsters.
Oh yeah, it completely was different. Yeah, I've heard.
There was a part where they play D&D, and that was like the original ending of the original manga, and then they started Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist eventually, and that's Duelist Kingdom. And the game was nothing like the game that I knew from GX. They had field effects. The monsters were weird, and they had weird attack numbers, like 1,825, and they could increase by percentages.
What the hell?
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga is fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of weird stuff about it, but in the end, like, I think it went to a direction where Yu-Gi-Oh! Became something we love to hate and hate to love, so thank you, Takahashi, for creating this. Rest in peace, legend.
Rest in peace.
But yeah, next time will be the structure decks. As we said, it feels weird that we had literally last time was like, okay, it's the first time doing structures, and now it's, oh wait, this was a great idea, let's do structures again. And now they are printing yet another set of structures right off the bat. So that will be.
They realized that structure decks can make actual money, unlike starter decks, because starter decks could only have like shitty reprints. But if they make decks with all new cards in them as well, people will buy them more likely.
Yeah, and it'll be cool. I think I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode. I think because there are a lot of cards there that we just haven't seen at all, and I think it'll be pretty damn cool to get to play with those. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do with those before we head on over to the Lost Millennium and the GX era. But this has been a really lengthy outro. Thank you for sticking with us though, and thank you for watching the episode of Flaming Eternity, and we will hope to see you next time for the structure decks as we prepare for GX. So hope to see you there. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.